This is the Fight Fan with your host, Pete Hoffman, and we are being joined right now by Gina Mazany. She is fighting on the UFC 262 card, May 15th. Your opponent is Priscila. Is that correct, or has that changed at all?
Yep,
Okay,
Priscila.
cool. So how are you right now? How you feeling? I don't know you're watching the PFL fights right now. How you feeling pumped?
I'm pretty excited. You know, the thought of being able to fight in front of fans again is really, really exciting. It's something that you really don't think about when you are fighting, but since I've experienced it without fans, and being able to have fans again is like very exhilarating. So
Well,
I'm very.
You watched this weekend, obviously. You saw the card. You saw just from the electricity from the first fight on how crazy it was. Do you think that changed the outcome of the fights over the past year, not having fans?
You know, I think if anything, it just really makes you appreciate what the fans bring to the sport, to a live event. I feel like the fans genuinely give you more energy, and they give you a special experience, you know, whether they love you or they hate you. I think it's been really cool on another end to be able to watch the fights without fans, because we get to see fighting from all different perspectives. And a lot of fans do. They get to hear the corner better. They get to hear the trash talking more. You know what I mean? They get to hear the impact. They hear the cracks. You know what I mean? So it's a different experience for everyone. So, but you know, I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be great having fans back, and I prefer it that way.
Yeah, no, I was saying like I was so happy just to get sports back after we had that month off. I mean, UFC's done a great job. You basically had just 1 month off during this pandemic,
Right.
which is crazy. Dana White did a great job. But overall, like I just was just so happy to get sports back. I didn't care about fans. And then you just showed me this past week, and I'll go, yeah, I need fans at every single event, because that was incredible. But that being said, though, like, you talk about the corners and the fans getting to hear what is going on. Unless you're cage side, you're really not hearing that stuff. What did you have to do to change, though, with the crowd not being there? Because you don't want to just scream it out, all right, go for a hook, go for a takedown, go for this. So how did you strategize differently for no fans?
I mean, I feel like every team kind of has their own name for things, and I personally name things different. I'll be like, James, I want you to say this for that, you know. I think if anything, it just made cornering a little bit easier because you can hear better. And it's just a little bit more, I don't know. It's like being in the gym. It's like sparring in the gym, except you're just getting paid for it, which is nice.
Oh, that is always good. Getting paid is always good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think the strategy really had to change. I just think it was for me, it was a good first time experience to really hear my coach's coaching since I moved to a new team and all that fun stuff.
So you saw UFC 261, obviously. You saw the performance from Rose Namajunas. You saw Valentina Shevchenko. We've seen Amanda Nunes over the past year or a couple of years now, carrying both belts for the 35 and 45 divisions. You see the champions right now. Which is the toughest women's division in the sport?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say the 25 or the 15, honestly. I feel like since they opened up the 25, a lot of 35ers dropped down to 25, including myself. And then I feel like there's not a lot of 35ers. There's just not anymore.
There's no 145ers. It's like non-existent.
Yeah. So I think that leaves the toughest ones, 15ers and 25ers.
Do you think that, you see Valentina Shevchenko, you see what she did over the weekend. Do you see any holes in her games? I mean, Jessica Andrade, we expected that fight to be, if Andrade was going to win, it was going to be by taking Valentina to the ground. And instead, it was a role reversal. Valentina's just, taking it to the ground. And just, again, another dominant performance. Where do you see a hole in Valentina's game?
I would never even, I don't think she has any holes per se. I think you can catch anyone slipping for the most part, but I always describe her performing as like perfect. Like she has such good eyes, and she has such good movement. She has such good fast twitch, and everything she does is like to kill, I've thought a lot about, I'm like, what is the kind of fighter that would beat Valentina? And I'm not really sure. I feel like somebody who has quite a. My first thought was like someone who has like quite a bit of movement and like a lot of feints and stuff, because I mean, like anybody, you bite on feints. I don't know. I don't see a specific hole in her game. Like, she's great on the ground. Her wrestling's great. Her stand up is great, but I just think she's very she's like her. I describe it as perfect, but I think if someone were to beat her, it'd be somebody like just kind of awkward and unconventional. That's gonna maybe one day catch her, but for the most part, I mean, she's pretty freaking good.
She really is. Do you think the two Amanda Nunes fights, do you think that she edged it out? But I mean, the last one, I still think that Valentina didn't lose the fight. I can't say she didn't lose it. Did she win it? I don't know, toss up, but I don't think she lost Amanda Nunes. Do you think that, give it a third chance, that Valentina could actually beat Amanda Nunes?
It's hard to say, because it's also too, we got to remember, like, their bodies are developing different. Amanda's popping up to 35 and 45, and Valentina went down to 25. And so she's, she's like a little bit smaller, and Valentina's like, I don't know. I think if they win again, I think it'd be, knowing Valentina, I feel like it's something she would prepare correctly for. And like, I don't think the size would be an issue, but
she loves 25 though. When I talked to her one time, she was just like, I just love this weight class. I'm not really looking to go back to 135 anytime soon. Do you fall in love with the weight class? Is that it's just easier, I guess, on your body?
For me, moving down to 25, I have to diet quite a bit and for quite a while to get down. But it's because I love being like, I always tell my man, I'm like, God, I just feel so big. I feel big, even though I'm like little. I think I have personally fallen in love with the 125 division, because I feel like a monster against, I mean, I guess I've only fought one other 25er, but like training with other 25ers, like I feel like a monster. So I think it's easy to fall in love with a weight class, but I would love to be able to eat more and stuff. Like, that would make me love it. But well, I love more than I love eating. So there's that.
Well, that's also, yeah, that's good. See, I like eating a lot, so that's my issue. But you have a great core of a great team around you. I mean, Tim Elliott, I mean, just watching him in the cage, it's amazing. How is it being, I watch from a distance. I have friends that fight, kind of like, I interview people all the time. I feel like a connection, but your partner, to watch them go in the cage and vice versa, to be there, to have them watch you, what's that relationship like? Is it difficult?
It's really, I'll describe it as, it's like really something special. Like, it's not a lot of couples get to do what we do, in the sense of like, we literally we work together, and we get to see each other at our highest highs and our lowest lows, and we get to be there for one another. And like, the best part about it is, like, we both know what it feels like to be on that lowest low, and we both know what it feels like to be on the highest high. So it's like, when, like, if you're just dating some normal person, and they're like, oh, it's gonna be okay, you're all right, you're like, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about. You're like, you don't know what I'm going through. So it's really cool, and it's really cool to watch him like do his thing like that. That's probably my favorite thing, is like, when I sit in the corner, I don't say nothing. I just this, oh gosh, oh no, whoops.
You're okay. I still hear you. There you go.
Oh, there we go. I get to watch him do his thing and all that, but it's just cool to see him perform and do well and be successful, and like, I don't know, and I get to watch the whole process. So it's a very stressful but amazing, really great opportunity that I wouldn't change for anything. But to be honest, I never wanted to date a fighter. That was never in my plans, but I also didn't think I was going to be fighting when I was 10 years old. So there's that.
Listen, but life works in mysterious ways, but it works out well. And again, like, I get that, because I mean, I don't get everything, because I don't have that special connection where I have like my partner doesn't fight or anything like that. But I do, again, I build relationships. So I see when people, the agonies, the defeat, the highs, it's got to feel amazing. how about when you win? Do you feel like an extra, like, how is it on your end when you're victorious in the cage after your Rachel Ostovich fight? How did that feel for you with Tim and your, backing you
How
up? And
it's just cool because like Tim's not really the kind of, I mean, he praises me quite a bit. He's very, very, very kind to me, very sweet to me. But like when it comes to fighting, he's very like business. Like like he's competed his entire life. So it's like it's nothing like the jitters and all the the ups and downs or whatever. He's just kind of used to it a little bit. But it's really cool, like after my fight, just seeing how like happy he was for me, and I could tell he was just so proud of me, like so proud of me. And so that is like really, it's really cool. It's I feel, this sounds silly, but like I feel like sometimes he'll be like, like a fan, like he's so cute. He'll be like a fanboy. Like we go to a restaurant, I was like, oh, she found the UFC and she did this and she knocked out Rachel Ostovich, and he'll like brag about me, and it's like it's really cute and annoying sometimes, but for the most part,
aren't we all annoying though? Jeez, I get that. But that's awesome. That's fantastic. I love to see that. It's just that I'm a huge advocate for fighters. I'm a huge advocate for everything. I love the UFC. I'm trying to build it. As I come from a different background. I'm sports talk radio, New York sports. We talk the major sports: baseball, football, hockey, basketball. But the UFC is growing. MMA is growing. So I'm excited about that. And I'm really like just to see what you guys do on a regular basis. It's amazing. Besides MMA, when you guys like take a break, like what are you to do? What do you do? Is there anything else? Is it just business all the time? Is it just focus on MMA? Just focus on training? Focus on opponents? What's game plan for someone else? What is it? What's a normal day like?
no, we hang out, we have fun. Like right now, he's literally outside in the backyard, like burning stuff, like boxes, and like, and I was up in my art room, like making some collage. Like I just do a lot of like arts and crafts, and I cook a lot. And we also have a 6-year-old. Well, I'm stepmom, but we have her 99% of the time. So then that's also a big thing, is like taking care of her and making sure she's good and well. But yeah, and we got 4 animals, so we hang out with them all the time. But yeah, we just like hang out and just, I mean, we don't really ever get to just like hang out and spend time with each other. We always have to do, like, I feel like we're always doing something. Like we're always busy. Like I don't remember the last time we were like, God, I'm bored. What should we do? Like, like we're always doing something. But he's burning stuff right now.
Well, with kids, I trust me. I know kids. I have 3. I'm a stepfather myself, so I understand that. And then I just got a new dog. So I don't know what type of pets you have, but I have a new dog. So that just adds too much to the play. Yeah.
There's a lot.
What do you have dogs, or what do you have?
We have 2 cats and 2 dogs. We have a pit bull and then like a little mutt dog who's just so bad, but he's so sweet. And then 2 cats, which are just, they're really cool. They're outdoor, and they're indoor, outdoor, and like catch the mice, and they're fantastic.
That's awesome.
But, yeah.
They get along together, the dogs and the cats? They're all right?
Oh yeah. They're all homies. It's so cute.
That's
they're
awesome. How did the pandemic, by the way, affect you guys really? I mean, obviously your careers were able to still continue. You were able to fight. But besides that, how did everything, were you guys well adjusted? Did you guys feel comfortable? Did you feel like stuck in a house? What'd you guys do?
So honestly, me and Tim bought a house in Vegas like probably a month before the pandemic hit. And so for us, it was awesome because like I said, like we're always doing something. We're always busy. And like, if we're not doing anything, we're at least training. So it's like, and if we're not in camp, we don't have a fight. We at least train once a day, at least. But the gyms are all shut down in Vegas. So we literally got to hang out at home for a couple of weeks and just hang out and just like be a normal couple. And the little one wasn't even with us at the time. And so it was like we actually got to hang out with like just us 2. It was honestly like really cool. Like we just got to hang out and spend time with each other and like work on the house and like, go running out, just do fun outdoor activities and whatnot. But yeah, but it's crazy because sorry, guy. The pandemic like created a lot of opportunities for us. So it was overall like pretty beneficial for us in that sense. But so I'm extremely grateful and blessed that we were able to get opportunities through it. But
That's
Yeah.
very awesome. Gina Mazany, you have a fight with Priscila. I gonna kill her last name. I don't even bother. I'm not that good with that yet.
I'm really bad.
Listen, I could do American names. It's all good. Italian names I could do too. But when I don't want to be disrespectful, but I just can't pronounce everything. But what is your goal? I mean, when you study for a fight, are you relying on your coaches? Are you relying on other people to kind of game plan for you? Or are you sitting down there, are you watching the tape and focusing on how to face your opponent?
So I used to never watch tape. And then since I moved to Glory MMA with James Krause, I actually started watching tape. So I like to watch all of her fights, and I like to watch from her first fight in the UFC to where she is now, and see the changes she's made throughout her time. And then but then for the most part, I like seeing that because I like visualizing myself fighting her and beating her up, obviously. But I really leave all the game planning to my coach. And the nice thing about it is he's got so much like confidence in me that he's like, oh, you could beat her here, you could beat her there, you could do this, you could do that. If that doesn't work, we do this. Like, he's just got so many, like, if plan A fails, we got plan B, and we got plan C, and we got D, E, and F. It's crazy. Like, so it's nice. But I leave pretty much all the game planning to him, and I'm just like a video game, and I just work hard.
What did you take from the Valentina fight with her? Did you take anything from that?
I mean, she took her down and held her down, and I mean, that's my wrestling's like, that's my jam. So
yeah,
might see that in the future. I don't know. But also, I don't know. Valentina's a southpaw, as am I, and she like striking from that southpaw angle. Valentina did a really great job of it, and there's some things that I think I could capitalize on. But yeah, Valentina did really, really well against her, but it was kind of like, it was a good one to watch,
Yeah, no, I listen, you can take something from everything. Again, like I don't know about you, I thought the fight could have got stopped earlier than that, but I mean, so be it.
Yeah.
What do you, how are you with the refs and stuff like that? Like, do you feel like you watching some of these fights that sometimes the refs are letting the fights go too far? Do you want them to stop it sooner? Where are you on that?
God, it's so hard because it really depends. And I think this is great. One thing great that the UFC does, they always pretty much use the common refs. So the refs get to know the fighters and I hate to be this person, but it really depends on the fighter. Like, fighters like Anthony Smith, like, have to get knocked around a little before he knocks someone out, and you have to have a ref that just like understands that, you know what I mean? Like, and I always try to communicate with my refs beforehand, like, hey, like, if I'm getting hit, like, give me a second, okay? Because I want to fight out of it, but if I'm covering up, it's whatever. But it's, I don't know. It's case by case scenario, and you just don't ever know when you're in that situation. It's just like so quick, like, but yeah, some of them have been late recently. But then there's also the early ones, and those suck just as bad. So, I mean, not just as bad, but they suck for the, if they suck, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst, because they can't do anything about it. You can't be like, okay, just kidding, restart. So it's, yeah.
Between that and the judges, it's like, I don't know which one is worse sometimes. I mean, the judges, you hate to see it, because you see people, you're working your ass off. You're in the cage. And someone like, I can't stand the 29-28, and then the other judges have a 30-27 for the other person. Like, what did you watch? Where are we at right now? What are we missing?
The judging is very different. Like, every judge score is very different, but that's where fighter IQ comes in. So it's just, it's nerve-wracking. Don't ever leave it to the judges.
No, definitely not. Gina, before we let you go, I appreciate the time. Is there anything that you want to promote? Anything that you and Tim want to promote?
Thank you to my team, my coach, Glory MMA, and James Krause, my management, Iridium Sports Agency, and Jason House. Thanks to everybody. You're great.
Oh, thank you very much. UFC 262, May 15th. You're on the prelims. Looking forward to that. Gina Mazany, everybody, I appreciate the time, and let's do this again soon. I appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. And Gina, listen, I do picks. I'm not sure if you're interested at all, if you're into that type of stuff, but I like to try to get picks from fighters, stuff like that. Obviously not on the cards that you're on. If you'd like to be, if you're interested at all, if you want to do that,
You get picks? What do you mean picks?
for fights.
Oh, yeah. You pick?
Yeah, like if you like basically all my guests, like I have them come and give me like, for every fight they'll give me like picks that they have for the whole card. Obviously not your card. I don't want to do that for your card, stuff like that. But like I'll have everybody just like give me picks for the week or whatever it is, all my guests. So if you're interested and you want to do that, you want to send it my way, that's cool. If not, it's up to you.
I'd be down. I'll probably be like, Tim, who do you pick? I'll do that.
I've had it before too, but it's all good. It's just a fun thing. I keep track. Like it go by percentage. It doesn't go by like how many you have in the entire year, because we literally go every single card the entire year. So
okay, yeah, I'm down.
And also, I do a round table too. I try to bring in like athletes from other sports and fighters and kind of connect them together. And everyone's been having a really good time. So if you're ever open to that after your fight, maybe in a couple of weeks after that, we'll get you to do that if you're interested.
Definitely down, yeah.
Awesome. That's what I'm talking about, Gina. Thank you so much for the time. I'll be in touch. Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.
All right. Take care.